Sean's Homebrew, coming at you with a beer review in the backyard, enjoying the last part of what's been a beautiful day. And I've got a Rogue beer. Yeah, I'd kind of written off Rogue for a long time. It was fun to go downtown when you could, and you'd pick up some things that you don't get in cans, but here it is from Rogue. It's Colossal Claude. It's an Imperial IPA. That's right. And this is a little butte, actually. I was surprised to see that they're doing some good stuff again. No more of those donut beers, if you will, from our little famous donut place in downtown Portland. So I thought maybe I'll do some beers that maybe some of you can get a hold of. Some fun Rogue beers. This one being the Imperial IPA. It's 8.2% ABV. It's 75 IBUs. And they actually tell what's in it if you go to the website. It's Superior Pills, 2-row, wheat, oats, and Crystal 15. Now it sounds like a hazy, so we'll see. I mean, just from the ingredients. And the hops are Cascade, Chinook, Belma, Eureka, and Strata. And they even named the yeast. They got it from Imperial yeast, and it's the Juice A38, which is a fantastic yeast, which is used with hazies. So we'll see what this is like. But this one comes with a story, because you've got this sea creature right here, okay? And this is a real story that was talked about for a long time. Here's his face. Oh, he's a beast. He's a monster. That is Colossal Claude. In March of 1934, the most famous sighting of Colossal Claude took place on a cold Newport morning. That's right. The skipper of the lightship tender, Rose, dropped off a relief crew aboard the Columbia River lightship. As they departed, both ships were there. Suddenly, a large head broke the surface of the water, revealing a giant sea serpent. The monster was about 40 feet long, a big round body, a mean-looking tail, and an evil, snaky-looking head. And the members of the crew watched the strange monster with field glasses for a few minutes. Eventually, the monster slipped away out of sight, and he was dubbed by the newspapers as Colossal Claude. They didn't take much note of it at first, but later other sightings were of this sea creature. Many think that it came from prior to the Ice Age, and it was frozen and floated around the Pacific and then was reanimated. Who will ever know? No one. No one but the crew members who swear that they saw the creature. All right, let's get this can open. We have seen odd creatures of the deep, and that's a wonderful story. I believe they saw something. All right, here we go. Well, it is kind of hazy. It's got a beautiful orange color, kind of a almost burnt orange color. Nice fluffy white head on there. It looks pretty. Let's get a nose. Oh yeah, almost a light cream coming off the head with that, but it has some wonderful like citrus type quality on it. Get a little bit of a pine type quality on it, and you're also getting some tropical fruits coming off. I don't want to say this is an orange. It's a tangerine, or maybe what are those little oranges called? Clementines. It's that kind of a scent. But with all the oats and the wheat in it, it almost comes off with a creamsicle-y type quality. The tropical fruits are a little tougher. I get a little bit of papaya type quality, maybe almost a pineapple. A hint of a mango, and I got this light resinous type quality at the back of this nose. Maybe a hint of a grapefruit as well on that, which would make a lot of sense when you think about having Cascade and Chinook in there, that you would get that. But it smells really inviting. It smells not outrageous and big, but not like hidden either. It's all there. Let's dive on in. Cheers. Wow, that's nice. I'm so pleased to see something like this come out of Rogue Ales. that bird there, that's Bob. He taps at my office window every day. He flew off last year, and then he returned. And he flew over by me and greeted me, and then he flew over by my wife and greeted her. It was the first time we saw him again, and he has stayed ever since. So that's... And you know it's Bob, because what other bird comes and taps at your window? It taps at the window when she's doing stuff. It taps at my office window. And sometimes it goes to the front door where we've got this little brass piece on a wood front door that we have. And he sees the reflection, he taps on that. And I will sing back to him. That was poor. I usually do a little better, but he flew that way and then he answered. Well, the first thing I want to say is just what a balanced beer this is. And for 8.2%, you would never guess it. You might come up with 6.2. You wouldn't say 8.2. And it actually has a really light feel on the mouth. There are some beers that I want to say that to a degree go off to water, and this does that to a little bit. But you don't wash out completely. The flavors stay on your mouth, and you get a light resinous quality that kind of hangs in there at the end, but it's not super strong and it's not super bitter by any means. I still get that the little cuties or a tangerine type quality, probably more of a tangerine, a light tangerine. Definitely get the pine and that resin. As far as tropical fruits go, for me, I feel like I get the mango a little bit more in the taste than I did in the nose. And I still get a bit of the papaya. I don't get any pineapple whatsoever. The citrus is what really shines primarily though, and even that's light and easy, as well as the pine and the resin qualities. It does have Crystal 15, so you're not going to get a heavy caramel flavor, but you do get a light bit of that. It's not a New England IPA. It is more of a West Coast hazy. And look, it's left some lacing on the glass even, you know. For like a beer that's designed as a daily drinker, you can get this here in Costco's in 24 packs, and 6 of them will be this. So I'm going to review all of them, that 24 pack, and I've already started enjoying it, so I thought I would share it. It's a medium body. I almost feel it's medium to light, but no, it's a medium body, and medium carb, but it still feels so light going in, going down. It's just really nice. I'm going to take a little time with this, and I'll be back with some numbers. While I'm working on my numbers, I thought I'd share a funny little story with you. One of the funny things that Bob does, Bob the bird, my sister Colette named him when she was up visiting. And sometimes when we're having breakfast, Bob will catch a bug, and he'll come up to the window and show us his bug. And he'll be like, oh, I got a bug. And then he'll eat it in front of us. It's just, he's done this a number of times, so this is not just by chance, because he's looking in the window at us. It's just, I've never heard of a wild bird doing anything like this, but he does get special treats from us. When it comes to birds and pros and cons, there is one con to him, besides tapping on the window, which we just don't hear anymore. He loves his reflection. He's got a beautiful voice. He is a song sparrow, and he likes to compete with singing. But he loves the mirrors on my car. So he goes over to my Jeep Cherokee. He'll land on top of the mirror. He'll fly in front and peck at the mirror, and then poop on my car. Yeah. Bad Bob. And so I keep cloths in the garage to clean my car frequently. Well, credit where credit is due. What makes this so good is the beautiful balance in this beer. It's not too strong. It's not weak by any means. You get all the qualities. It feels light. It doesn't feel strong, so it could be a little surprising there for someone, but it just, it has the most beautiful balance to it. It's better than those early beers where you call balanced, where these things would have been lighter. So it has stronger flavors. When I named all those different qualities from the hops and so forth, it's stronger than what we would have had back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, but with a balance. I mean, excuse me, it doesn't go over the top, and might be slightly higher in the carbonation, and but it doesn't go over the top. But it's ever present. It's there. Every time you sip, you get all those qualities again. It doesn't fade away for you. You know they're there, but by no means is it one of those in-your-face beers like Melvin does that with their beers. Yeah, I could drink this a lot. I really could. If I made this would, well, I'd get in trouble at 8.2. This would be a daily drinker. I mean, it's just so good. And of course, it's in my wheelhouse, being an Imperial IPA. So how are we going to rate this? As far as Imperial IPAs, it's not going to be one of those world-class beers, but it's in that very good to excellent category, quite frankly, and I think there's a great value. I actually got, I think, the 24 pack from them for, if I remember right, 28 bucks. So what is it, like $1.25 or something like that? I mean, that's a steal. Got that at Costco, and I'd heard it was good, and I went for it, and I've been pleasantly pleased because I just didn't expect that much from Rogue. Yeah, Imperial IPA, I'm going to give this a straight up 90, man. It's right there. It's at the top of the very good and breaking the threshold of an A. It's just so well made. Again, you could just drink this again and again and be very happy with it. Take nothing away from this beer, but overall go slightly lower because it's not my, crazy Imperial IPAs, or more so my crazier dark beers, my barley wines and stouts. But I'm going to give it a 88. It is just well made. It's well crafted. And for something that is produced in high quantities and to come out like this with a large distribution, that's quite an accomplishment, because I think most beers can be very good. And then when they take into wide distribution, the quality often goes down. I can name some other Oregon breweries that have done that with IPAs. I'll refrain from that. But usually when they go, to year-round, etc., those types of things, the quality goes down. And this, to me, I may not have had it at the beginning, but this, to me, is still a very high-quality beer. Here it is again. It's the Colossal Claude Imperial IPA from Rogue Ales out of Newport, Oregon. This is a great beer. Been down to their facility in Newport. Great place to visit. And good old John has been a brewer there. I don't know if he's still with them or if he's retired, but he's their legacy for sure. I would say check this one out. Should be pretty easy to find, certainly if you're in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, California. But I would think this probably has a wider distribution. I'd seek it out. It's not going to be world class, but this is going to be a very satisfying beer. This is Kevin at Clements Homer saying life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I'll see you in the next beer review.